If we are live now. Okay, so we are live now. It is a few seconds delayed. Did you guys get to share?
No, I didn't.
I did.
You did? Okay. Perfect. Okay, I guess, hi everyone. Welcome to the Voice of Saskatoon. I know we were away for a bit. We haven't done a show in a hot minute, but we're back. We have a few different shows lined up. So welcome to everyone who's joining. We're going to take a couple seconds so that all of us can share this in our own social media to get more viewers joining us. So I'm going to double check with everyone. Everyone got to share in their social media. All you have to do is go to the Voice of Saskatoon page and share the live. Perfect. We're just going to take a couple minutes here. We want to make sure we get as many viewers as we can.
I just need to know, where do I share?
So from your Facebook, are you in your Facebook, Paula?
I'm on the page for Voices of Saskatoon.
Okay, and if you scroll, it will show that we're live. So if you scroll down.
Okay, I will check that.
Or Rashid, if you want to text her the link or something. Perfect. So I think, yeah, Rashid said he sent you a message on Messenger with the link. We'll start the show in just a few minutes. We're just getting some technical things out of the way, so just stay tuned.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. Now it's muted again, so.
Yeah, I just muted it, yes. Okay. Oh, goodness, I'm having trouble trying to find this.
Okay, I guess we'll start, and then you can always share this after as well, or whatever you prefer.
Okay.
Okay, perfect. So again, welcome everyone. Thanks for joining the Voice of Saskatoon. My name is Anika, and I have Rashid here with me. Hi, Rashid.
Hi.
And then we have Madhurja Ghosh here with us as well. Hi, Madhurja.
Hi, Anika.
Perfect.
Hi, everyone.
And we have Lenore, who will be joining us in a few minutes whenever she's done with her other commitment. But we have two great speakers who are going to talk about the Black History Month. And I know I'm very excited to learn more. And I hope you all are too. If you have any questions that you're eager to learn or ask our speakers, just type it in the comments. You can as you're watching us live on Facebook, just keep typing your questions. If we have time at the end, we will definitely come to your question. So without further ado, let's dive right in. So our first guest speaker today is Paula Collins. She is the CEO and founder of Masala Model and Talent, established in September 2000. Hi, Paula. Can you hear me? Oh, your voice, I can't. Okay. I was hearing you just fine a few seconds ago, so. Okay, maybe you want to disconnect and reconnect. We'll maybe go to our next guest speaker. So our next guest speaker is Fian Obayan. So hi, Fian. Welcome to the show. And you are muted, just an FYI. Fian is the CEO and founder of Okiki Consulting. So I will give you a few minutes to introduce yourself. Tell us who you are.
Yeah, for sure. Well, Paula's rejoining us. Oh, okay. Now I'm just seeing one of you, but
let's have, yeah, exactly.
Yes, for sure. So my name's Fian Obayan. I'm, as she mentioned, the CEO and founder of Okiki Consulting. And what I mainly focus on within the framework of that business is helping with video production, video content consulting. And also beyond that, I love to do a lot of community work, community development work, and different things with different nonprofits. And I am currently a board member with Black Professionals and Entrepreneurs of Saskatchewan, which is through this nonprofit, how we are presenting these two events that we're going to talk about today. And so my focus or role within that is really supporting on doing music production work with our music show, which is happening this Saturday for Black History Month. And Paula can definitely talk about the other show that we have the following Saturday as well.
Perfect. And we definitely will make sure we'll touch on that, all these fun upcoming events at the end. So, oh, perfect. I see Paula on the screen. Paula,
These technical difficulties, I tell you.
always. But no, we're glad you're here and we can all hear you. So as I was introducing, I'll introduce again. So we have Paula Collins with us. She is the founder and CEO of Masala Models and Talent, established in September 2000. So Paula, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
I'll let you tell us a little bit more about you.
Yes, I've been in business since September of 2000, so 24 years. And I'm an agent and mentor for actors and models. And I have a training center that I love that's about personal development. I'm a founding member as well with Fian for BPAS, the Black Entrepreneurs of Professionals of Saskatchewan. And fashion, mentoring, being a creative director has been something that I have loved doing for many, many years. And so we're really excited for the upcoming fashion show that's coming up, the second annual. It's at the Ramey Modern. I mean, there's never been a fashion show there. And it's the African and Urban Fashion Show. And so we're going to turn it out. It's going to be amazing.
That sounds so fun. I'm already very excited. So,
right
and you're
on.
right, I don't think we have had anything in Remi. So that's going to be amazing. I cannot wait. So jumping right into our questions, we have a few questions for you already. And if we get more from the live, we'll get all of that after. So the first question, and again, we'll get both of you to answer. So first question is, what does Black History Month mean to you? Again, maybe I'll start with Paula for this one.
Okay. Black History Month, that means to me, is being seen and heard and amplifying the amazing creativeness of Black people, of the history, the rich history, the heritage and the culture, and saying that even though Black History Month is every month, as I like to say it, it recognizes people that are of one nation. We want to say that we are here, we're viable, that we contribute, that we have so much to offer and that we want people to be a part of our celebration. So it's not just for Black people, it's for everyone. And I've been hearing a few things when people saying, well, can I come to the event? Well, absolutely. Absolutely. And it's not just the fashion show itself, but it's a marketplace where you can buy gifts and have some authentic food that is amazing, from different local businesses. And so it's really important to be able to say, you know what, we're celebrating this month. We want you to share with us and celebrating with us and to have a great time. And if you learn something, that's even better.
Perfect. Wow. And I love that you said it's for everyone, because I want to go learn about your culture, and I love the food. And I have my best friend, she's from Nigeria. I love the food. Oh my God, the jollof rice. I know I probably am not pronouncing it right, but I love it. But the same question to you, Fien. So what does Black History Month mean to you?
Yeah, I feel very similar to Paula in the sense that it's a way to showcase and highlight Black people as a community, as a culture, but also be able to share with others around us. And I think there's so many stories, so many people who've contributed that aren't recognized. And this is an opportunity to really showcase them while inviting the community so there's a cultural exchange. It ends up being better for everyone involved. For example, with the fashion, with the music, these are all individuals from Saskatchewan with their talents. And a lot of them, this is their first big platform to even show their work to people beyond their community. And then the people that are seeing it for the first time are also amazed by their talent and going, well, I wanted that fashion designer, or I wanted that musician. I didn't know they existed. So I think a lot of times, if we aren't in the actions of cultural exchange, of cultural dialogue, it keeps things in silos. It keeps stereotypes. It keeps people not really knowing what's really truly there. And it's amazing, like everything from the photographers we work with, the videographers, they're all the live stream, they're all from the Black community in Saskatchewan. And a lot of people don't know we have that many businesses, that much talent. And it's so much funner when we get to share with everyone. And so it enriches our community, it enriches our society. And then also it gives people options they didn't know they had in the community to really create more collaborations. So yeah, it's a win for everyone involved.
Perfect. I love hearing that. And you're right. Even within communities, sometimes we don't even know what we have within our communities, different businesses, different people. So it's great to hear that you guys are promoting your own communities, your own businesses, your own people within your community and to outside. So thank you for that. I will pass on to Madhurja to ask the next question.
Thanks, Anika, and welcome to both of you, Fien and Paula. I have a question. As Fien was just talking about the community. All of us, we make up the community, and you are a part of it. Paula is a part of it. So I'll start with Fien. What do you think? How do you use your voice or role to bring a change in your community? Maybe not just specifically in this month, but like throughout the time or throughout your work.
Thank you so much for the question. I really see myself as a bridge person in a lot of ways. I grew up in Saskatchewan since I was 5. And so I have the experience of being one of only in my classes growing up, or in a lot of spaces where you wouldn't typically see Black people. Like I grew up going to a summer camp, and I was the first one they ever had that attended that camp and was camping with everyone. And so I think what I see is the ability to bridge cultures, bridge opportunities, bridge conversations. I find there's a lot of resources that people want to share who are outside the Black community, who, for example, or any ethnocentric community, and they want to share with those communities, but they don't know how to get in or how to speak to them. And then vice versa, those communities can often be a little bit shy of how do we even get into those conversations. And so I think having grown up in a space where I kind of got to see that side and see how they dialogue, I'm able to kind of understand my community and go, okay, if you're wanting to reach and connect with them, really serve them, this is where they're coming from, this is where you may want to be so that conversation can actually happen. And you're right, it goes beyond just serving the Black community. I find that with a lot of ethnocentric communities, newcomer communities, anything where there's opportunities to share resources or dialogue, I feel like there always needs to be those people who can understand both sides and bring people together.
Thank you so much, Fian. Now I'll pass it off to Paula.
Yes, I have been active in the Black community since I was a young girl, involved in sharing the culture and history. You know, being a girl who's from the States, who grew up here when I was young, and learning about even just the different array of Black people, but also when I noticed going to school that was myself and my brother and another family, we only had ourselves to hang on to and to survive. And so I found, as myself being one is part of an educator, but also one that was also a leader in supporting others that maybe didn't feel that they belonged. I became the very first person in Saskatchewan to lead the first Black Lives Matter, which was many years ago now. And it was hard for me starting that because of the ridicule that I received and being made fun of. But I stood strong in that because I believed in it, and because of my parents with their strong self-worth that wanted, you know, the kids, you know, myself and my brother and my sister to be visible and to be leaders. It just was natural for me to ensure that we just wanted a voice. We just wanted to be heard. We wanted to be seen. And so I still carry that in my daily life. I carry that in my business. I have a diverse agency, so people can see that being on our page of Masala Model and Talent. And Masala, as many of you know, means exotic mixtures of spice. Hello, that's what the world is made up of. And so when you cook and you put in those extra spices that makes it flavorful and makes it so inviting, that's how we want everyone to be treated, is that we have experienced a bit of your culture and we love it and we want to know more and learn more. So that's been really important to me, is partly educating, but also being an advocate in the Black community as well too. So it's been really special to me.
That was really insightful, Paula. I'm very glad to know that you are one of the pioneers of the Black Lives Matter movement in Saskatoon.
Yes.
I'll just again pass it off to Anika. I'll be back with another loaded question in a bit.
Perfect. Thank you, Mother Joseph. The next question is a little bit interesting. So, is there any African American inventors or first to accomplish a task that has inspired you? So for this round, I'll start with Paula.
There's many. I couldn't really say someone that is the main person, but there's many that have been an example to me that I have always sort of like felt, this is interesting, but it's not one particular person. It's an array of different Black people that have taken their ideas and put them forward, and many were stolen from them and not acknowledged. So I don't have one or any particular one. It's just sort of learning more about history, learning more about myself, learning about the people that I involve myself with, and being able to see that I can be able to sort of enlighten other people by sharing information and news about things. That has been something really special for me.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Same question for you, Fian.
Yeah, I kind of struggled with that one too, because there's a lot there's a lot on the list, and I actually think I'm more geared towards arts in that way. But in terms of this specific question, I actually was looking at an African Canadian one that my dad told me about, and it was Elijah McCoy. And from what I understand, he's like the first major African Canadian inventor, and the reason why people say the real McCoy is based on him, and that's even someone from the Black community within Canada. So I thought that was really surprising, and he was talking about it because he's into biomedical engineering and he's a physician, but he loves stuff like that. And I just thought that's even something that kind of goes under, we throw under the bus that the term Real McCoy actually came from someone within our own community, within Canada, even Canada knowing more of their history in this space. I think it just kind of got me more curious. So I'll say that for now.
Oh wow, that's
one.
amazing. Very good to know. Okay,
I would like to add one though, if I can.
Yeah,
if that's okay.
Course.
Okay, so one that came to mind, and this is resonant for our hair, because our hair has always been significant. Where back in the days of slavery, where the slaves would put rice in their hair and they would braid their hair into a pathway to freedom, and then they would eat the rice to sustain, their lives. And so one I will just say is Madam C.J. Walker, because she was a hairstylist that, changing the hair texture of the hair. She became a self-made millionaire. She lived beside Rockefeller. They actually made a movie about her, but she came to mind to me because of how our hair is so unique and how people are doing things to change their hair to look more like ours as well, from the braiding to the afro, from all different of us straightening our hair or relaxing our hair. So she just came to mind to me. So I thought I would just add that for you.
That is so cool. Wow. That's amazing. Okay, Madhusha, bring on your next question.
Before I bring on the loaded question, I just wanted to share my personal sort of hero, because I'm very much into sport. Muhammad Ali is like one of my champions, and speaking of that, I had a poster in my university days. When I was struggling in universities, I used to look at it every day almost. Like it said, like, champions aren't made in gyms, champions are made from something they have deep inside them, a desire, a dream, a vision. And then it's a big quote, but yeah, I just read some of it, and it actually came to my mind because Muhammad Ali actually visited Bangladesh in 1978. For our listeners who don't know, I am originally from Bangladesh. I came 10 years ago as a university student, but yeah, he was actually given honorary citizenship of Bangladesh as well when he visited, because people just loved him. And my loaded question now is, Paula, I'll start with you. You talked about the Black Lives Matter movement. What do you think was the achievement of it, or if you think it didn't achieve its full extent, where did it, not reach where you thought it would?
Okay, thank you for that question. I felt that people in Saskatchewan specifically didn't feel that there was a need to march. They felt that Black people didn't really have it, discrimination. They looked at it as not in our town. There was lots of different comments because there was different stories that were written about the event. And a lot of the comments, because it was live as well too, that people were saying that how dare you put, a marching event to disrupt our neighborhood and to make things up that aren't really there. And I find it interesting because on one side of it, it was very positive because it brought people together. It wasn't just Black people that marched. I really want to make that clear. We had people from every walks of life, every age, every demographics that marched in solidarity to bring awareness, to bring strength, and to see us and hear us that we have issues. And I find that when people do not know of something or not aware of something, they make their own assumptions without really trying to understand where is this coming from, and or I have never heard of this, so why are you bringing this up? And it was more to the fact that we have concerns daily, and that because we may not be on the news per se, or we're in the public eye per se, that we are still struggling, whether it's through work, whether it's through walking down the street, being pulled over for no reason, or driving in your car. There's all types of different things that we go through. And that aggression just magnified a lot as well too. But again, through anything that you do when you are considered a minority, which I actually don't call myself because there's nothing minor about me, that the fact of, instead of people making assumptions of things that they don't know, why not talk about it? Why not ask questions? Why not find out what's going on? Maybe see how they can be helpful and more resourceful. So it was for me a win-win because we were recognized in that short amount of time, but then it was detrimental to some degree of, there wasn't a huge progress that was done compared to now with George Floyd, that the march, we had like 8,000 people or so that marched in Saskatoon that I was also a part of, that now it was more recognizable than it was in 2016 when I first organized the march.
Nice. Thank you so much, Paula. Fian, same question to you as well.
Yeah, I think for me, it's an interesting experience too, having that happen during the pandemic. And I think that what I feel maybe is that these conversations in some ways felt maybe new or un-Canadian or unaware we live in Saskatchewan. And I think that maybe sometimes it's harder for people to visualize it because it's more like institutional at times or more conversational than it feels as direct as in the US. So I think that it's not that we don't have race relation issues here. I think it's the fact of it's almost easier to hide things in some ways here, which makes it harder to address it when you can't see it. So I think that's why a lot of people could find confusion in it and could find, okay, what are people really worried about? Because we're not doing anything that's super, I guess, ground shaking to you that's affecting your everyday life. And yet there's a lot of different pains or different situations that people were experiencing behind the scenes that I guess they never really felt permission to talk about until that event happened. So even if it was a minor thing, or sometimes you might think like, did this just happen in my head? Something I experienced at work, something that was happening behind the scenes. I think it was finally, from a Canadian perspective, maybe permission to at least start talking about like, how are we relating with different races? How are we actually supporting them or not supporting them? And I feel like it's very un-Canadian to have some of those conversations until that event. So that's kind of what it felt like for me. And then I think it was really strange, again, growing up in Saskatchewan, to see that many people be showing up for such an event, considering how I grew up. So I was really shocked to see that in general.
Nice. Thanks for sharing your thoughts. Back to Anika.
Perfect. So this is kind of like our last question. So how do you celebrate Black History Month? And tell us about some of the upcoming events that's happening in Saskatoon. So, and we have Lenore here with us. Hi, Lenore. We were just going to go to the last question. And then maybe we'll take one from Lenore as well. So, okay, for this question, I'll start with Fian.
How do I celebrate? Well, I always tell people this is my busiest month of the year. It's almost like there's a Black History Month hangover at the end of it all because there's so much going on. Between the organization we have and other Black-led organizations, there's actually so many events, so many galas, so many talent kind of facing or community facing events. And I even try my best to make it to everything, but it really is a full celebration, a full month. I try not to book a lot of anything outside of it because it gets filled very quickly. And it is truly what it feels like, a celebration. It's a lot of fun. It's something new also for the community, knowing that it's in the middle of winter and usually, we're just at home and like waiting for spring, and we get to bring that warmth and joy and excitement and education when it's really normally a dull time in the season. And I think that's what I love about it as well. So for me, it's all around just a joy, getting together with the community, getting to showcase them, and people walking away with amazing memories from the experience, but also going into those conversations as well.
It does sound like a very busy month. Perfect. So Paula, what about you?
February, yes, I'm a big back with what Fien is saying. It is a very, very, very extremely busy month. And there is so many things that are going on, not just in the city, but just all across, the board, across the globe. There are different events, concerts and literature, things that people can learn and grow, and things even on movies, they're showing Black History Month. So I just stay in tuned with what's happening within the city and go to as many events as I can to show my face and to be to share and meet new people and to experience our culture and be very proud of it, which I am. I find that some people are becoming more intrigued, with the different events and sharing events as well too, and also volunteering our services. I say that for Fien and I both volunteering at different groups in the Black community here in Saskatoon that we want to know what we are doing. Like we have a Black History Month group on Facebook, and we share our events. So we make sure that we try not to overlap any events on the same day, but that's happened this year already because of just how it was convenient for other people to have their events, but also to share those things on social media. It's important. Like we have 2 huge events with the music show, which is sold out at Persephone Theater this Saturday. And then we have the urban and African and urban fashion show that's on the 24th, next Saturday at the Ramey Modern. And even with Truly Alive Youth and Family Foundation, they have an event on the 28th. They have a gala event. So we'll be at that, so we go to as many events as we can. We meet different people. We love that the city, the mayor and his staff, that they come to the events to support us, and we expect that. We expect, our leaders in Saskatchewan to be visible and to be current in what's happening as well too. So we have a voice. We have a little bit more of a voice in the month of February. So we take full advantage of it, I'm telling you, but I'm excited about it.
Wow. So before I pass it on to Lenore, I want to say I am honestly, like, I'm in shock because you guys are doing so much. And what I love is, yes, all of us, like, we want to be seen, heard, represent our country and culture, but not everyone takes the initiative. But
Right.
You guys are taking the initiative. You are leaders in your own field, and you're doing a lot. And I'm sure, like, a lot of it is just volunteer stuff, but still, you're taking the time out of your busy day to spread those words. And I'm just like, I love that. And I'm so proud of you both. And I'm very happy that you guys made time to join our show today. But yes, I will not forget Lenore. Lenore, I'll pass it on to you. If you have questions for the speakers, please go ahead.
Yeah, thank you so much. And thanks for letting me join late. I was having you in the background with closed captioning. So while I was at another event, I was able to tune in on this. What I want to ask is this, because I think it's an important one. And it's in this respect, is when we look to the future, and we look to the future of Saskatchewan, and we look to the future of Saskatoon, what do we need to message out to that future about what we're celebrating and what we're discussing and why this is so important today? What's our message to the future?
Is there anything you want to go first?
Paula, go for it.
Okay, sure. For our future leaders, it is giving the opportunity to shine, given that authentic awareness of that individual or the group, that we see you. And I say that over and over again because it is so important, of being seen and heard, but giving the opportunity, whether it's for job opportunities, whether it is being inventors, motivators, and innovators, I should say, is that for the future. I mean, there's a lot of people that are speaking loud because of being, I don't even want to say assertive, sometimes in anger, because they're not put in a place where they can shine. So it's opening the doors for opportunities. It's opening the doors to saying, I see your value. I see the work that you're doing, and I notice that you are, hard worker, that you're here, you want to thrive, and we're going to open those doors for you and support you. Support is a huge thing, of being supported in the efforts that are made. and for the vision that we have as well too. It's really important. So that is what the young people coming up are looking for. It's like that thing where your parents are paving the way, you know, with how they had to struggle so hard to make it easier for their children. And so with Deanne and I and the organization and the groups that we align ourselves with, we're paving the way. And it is hard. It is months and months and months painstakingly. But if we, you know, years from now, see things progress the way that we envision them, then it has been worth it. Every second it's been worth it. Thank you.
Yeah, that's great. Pian?
Yeah, I feel very similarly. I mean, even with this nonprofit that we're both on the board of, that we're launching these events through, that was built up out of creating something that would really elevate our community to really be in the spaces that they should be, whether they're professionals or entrepreneurs, and really be able to show their value add to Saskatchewan too. I think that the future I see is that as a province, we see the value add of this community and other minority communities as well. And that it's not a question of, oh, like maybe it'd be nice to talk to them to fulfill a quota, or maybe we should find out who's in there to get someone, but actually recognizing, oh, we know these businesses exist, we know their talent, we know their capabilities, like they're already part of our conversations to move our whole entire province forward. Because it's like they're missing out on a whole economy of people they could be working with, and those people are missing out on their opportunities as well when we're not having those conversations. So it will move our province forward. It will move everyone forward if, again, we talked about the silo thing, but it's good to know all the communities and what their capabilities are, because it'll make everyone in the community better off. So I see the future of that connection happening on a really large scale.
That's pretty awesome. I mean, it's a great note to kind of end this first, I think, part of many discussions that we'll have into the future. So I really appreciated the contributions here, and just a conversation that needs to continue. You know, the good, the not so good, and all the learnings that happen because of this, and the growth into the future as we continue to become a much more diverse and inclusive community. And it's by having events like this, and by having the contributions of what you're doing in your everyday lives and community and volunteerism that helps us be a better place. So yeah, much appreciation. Anika, back to you.
Perfect. I think that is all that we have today. So thank you, first of all, thanks to the guest speakers. Thanks for taking the time. I know this is a busy, busy month, so we'd really appreciate you taking the time and telling us more, enlightening us more. And we're looking forward to those events. We'll be sure to post those event or links in our social media, both Civically Speaking and the Voice of Saskatoon. And yeah, we are back, Civically Speaking and the Voice of Saskatoon. We have some great shows lined up. So keep your eyes on the Voice of Saskatoon and Civically Speaking page for more upcoming shows like this. So thank you, everyone. Have a great evening.
Thank you for having us. We appreciate it.
Thanks for having us. Thank you.
Take care.